Oh, that's good, guys. Blinddave here. Tipsy Edition. Just got finished doing yard work. I'm all nice and sweaty. Time for that reward. Anyway, this is third beer. So, I don't normally drink beer. Normally, I'm a scotch and water kind of person. But, you know what? Whatever. Not really sure where this is going to go. But, you know what? Let's have a little rattlesnake with it. No, I'm not wearing my Digibite hat. And like I said, I just got finished doing yard work, so I'm filthy. So, things that are on my mind here lately. Excuse me, be right back after these messages. Refreshing. Anyway. Ooh. Excuse me. Now, I had a lot of stuff going through my mind today when cutting grass. You know, in case you're wondering, yeah, a blind dude. He cuts grass twice just to make sure we overlap and whatnot, but only did half of it because it's like Africa hot outside. So, excuse me, but if I want to preface this before I go any further. This video will have explicit lyrics or vulgar language in it, so if you have children, don't let them watch this. But, anywho, I'm gonna just ramble on with it. The other day I reached out to an old college roommate of mine on Facebook, and I hadn't spoken to the dude in years. But no, today, cutting grass, all I could think about was just the days that we had back in college. You know, it's just like, you know, that doesn't just happen, you know? I mean, I really feel for these kids in college now because everything is over the internet with the beer flu and whatnot. So, you know, I feel really sorry for y'all. You know, and I don't know. And I have to question, is it the drugs that we're giving these kids as children? You know, like I saw ADD, ADHD, you know, Ritalin, this and that kind of stuff. And then the mother gets hooked on the stuff because, you know, she wants to try it out and see what it is, but whatever. I feel sorry for them because I have to question, is that the reason why some of this stuff is going on? Because these kids finally wake up one day and realize that, you know, there's really nothing wrong with them. They are human. But, you know, as a child, you can pick them out because they're so drugged up that, you know, they're just sedated the whole time. And then as they become an adult, they don't get the medicine that they still should have. And, you know, once you've taken a medicine, you can't just stop. You have to taper off of it. I learned that lesson the hard way on a few things. You know, a few antidepressants and stuff when I first became blind that the doctors tried me on. And I had no idea it had side effects. You know, I was like, I don't like this stuff. You know, get this crap away from me. So, you know, these kids, they were brought up on all these meds, and, you know, suddenly they don't have it, and next thing you know, they're tearing up the town, setting stuff on fire and all, and for what? Because they just follow the leader, you know, they do as they're told, you know, really, no cognitive thought there, of any repercussions. I mean, you're wanting to eliminate history. I mean, history is there so that way you don't repeat the mistakes of the past. And then the things that these people did led the way to where we are here today. I don't understand some of these people. You know, at times I feel that that my transmitter didn't go off to return the damn mothership. You know, don't bring that shit down south. We'll, you know, slap the dog shit out your dumb ass. You know, talk about, oh, this and that. He's, you know, It's not white privilege. You know what my privilege was? I'll tell you my privilege. When I went off to college, down and out had nothing. Nothing. You know what my parents told me? You want a degree? Good. Prove it. Prove it. Guess what? I did. I didn't get a damn dollar from my parents. Not one. I can remember I had to go 3 days with no food and no insulin as a type 1 diabetic. So don't hand me that bullshit. Y'all, really? White privilege. You know what I did? You know what my privilege was? Get out there and bust your ass, put your work boots on every damn day, and put food on the damn table. Pay the bills. That's your privilege. Ain't no white privilege. If anything, it's more black privilege, or Hispanic privilege, or this or that. I mean, really, look, let me preface this quick segment by saying, okay, on a DNA test, I can prove that my third great-grandfather was an African slave who was sold in New Orleans. Don't let the lack of melanin in the skin fool you. The other thing is, I'm 1/8 Choctaw Native American. What about those slaves? Really? What about the Scotch-Irish slaves? I'm a descendant of them as well. We ain't looking for no fucking handouts. The fuck's wrong with y'all? Get your ass out to bed and get your work boots on and go cut some grass. Go do something. Fuck you. Pissed me off. Bunch of fucking lazy idiots. White privilege. Kiss the darkest part of my little fucking ass. Anywho, let me get back on college. I was having a good time. But anyway, like I said, we're tipsy. Fuck it. Anywho, my roommate in college had a blast, man. Had a blast. Now, yeah, we got away with so much stuff, dude. I don't know how the hell we ended up here alive today. I mean, really, really. I'm talking stories that you could never redo, ever. And, like these kids in college now, man, I just feel so sorry for y'all. Y'all ain't able to sow your oats or and have a good time. I mean, it's like, it's like that part of college life is gone. We had, all right. So in school, my room, we got away with every damn thing to start off with, because my roommate in college, his father was the mayor, and my uncle at the time was one of the most powerful attorneys in New Orleans. And of course, my father was connected in other things, and then my uncle was, the uncle, he wasn't a blood uncle. He was my dad's high school friend, grew up together, began college, that kind of stuff. So, I always labeled him as, my uncle. But anyway, he wrote, I don't know if he still does. I know he's retired, but he may just do this for fun. But back in the day, he would write the questions for the bar exam. I don't know if he reviewed them and whatnot for people taking the LSAT, after the LSAT, the bar exam to actually become an attorney, to possess a license. But and then Dad was well connected in many different ways, and then my blood uncle was a full colonel in the United States Marine Corps, waiting on the rank of general. And I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I don't know. As a child, I was told for my protection, look, whatever. But anyway. So regardless what we were to do, ever, Okay, and we got away with so much stuff. I'll tell you a few things, but regardless what it was, we got away with it. It's like I was arrested twice. More than that, but that was all removed from my record or expunged from my record, so that's not on there. The only two things that I have on my record first is, okay, we formed our own damn fraternity because screw these other pricks. Okay, we called it the Culprits. So, and, I Kappa Keg. Cheers. But now, we formed our own little clique. Now, my initiation for this group. Thank God YouTube didn't exist back then. No one had cell phones, or all we had back in the day was just, camcorders, which no one could afford, and cameras. So, whatever. There is a video out there, and there's only one copy, so it can never be brought up, of my roommate, the mayor's son. And thank God, because that was a wild night. But anyway, so my initiation, I had to strip down, no clothes, just underwear, and then I put a bed sheet on, tied it off as a like a baby diaper. Had my rattler, had my pacifier, I had the whole thing over my head and stuff, and a few other trinkets and this and that. And I had to go door to door to the dorm. I mean, it didn't matter whether they were a baseball player, a 7 foot tall basketball player. It didn't make a damn, and and I had to get up in their face at the time. I mean, up in their face and yell and scream, "I'm a motherfucking culprit." I didn't give a shit. I was a fourth degree in Taekwondo anyway, but, and everybody else is there, but the thing was that had anyone had done anything at the time, back in the day, you had to fight. You had to fight. I guess that's why I'm the way I am. I can't just give up. I'm a fighter. Always was, always will be. But, I guess kind of the same way as some of these gangs and whatnot. You either fight out or you get sexed out. So you earn more respect by fighting out. Some of y'all know what I mean. Anyway, I had to go door to door like that. It was a trip. There was this one dude. I thought I was actually gonna have to do something with him. Big tall dude from Jamaica, someplace. A big 7 foot basketball player. Anyway, they quickly realized, because everything's being filmed and all of it, and a ton of people. And I'm talking some of the most cornbread eating rednecks you ever been around in your whole life, but they are a kick in the ass. They are so much fun. And anyway, I was always referred to as the city-fied redneck, because I'm from New Orleans. I can go anywhere. I can even do other things in these little podunk towns that, and not necessarily get away with it, but more or less blend in. And anyway, after all of this bit, we all pile up in the back of the truck, and several other vehicles, and we're going to back out, and I'm in the back, I'm beating on the hood of the truck, stop, because we're all drunk, we're all torn up. I mean, we're flat out wasted, all right, everybody. And backing up, man, damn near had an accident in the parking lot of the dorms. And this one dude, I don't know who he was, don't really care, but I'll never forget this dude's face. he follows us around, and he's trailing us and this and that. And we dive in through the campus of the college, and this dude's still following us. And so we all just parked the damn truck. It's like, fuck it, it's on. We about to scrap. Anyway, this dude's going back and forth, and here I am in the back of a damn pickup truck, rattler, everything, and I'm yelling back at this dude, threatening him to come on, bring it. And, get out the truck. This dude's just driving around back and forth, yelling and hollering back and forth. I jump out the back of the truck and I start hollering at the dude, get the fuck out. Let's dance, motherfucker. So, I didn't really give a shit in them days. This dude could have easily just pulled a gun and I'd have been done. But whatever. Things were different back then. People used to use this. They didn't just, be stupid and grab a gun and put 3 bullets in your head. But, anyway. Rest in peace. But after that little altercation and whatnot, because this dude was flipped the fuck out. He was whacked out of his mind. Like, what the fuck have I gotten into? I'm out of here. But anyway, so we're leaving. Now, the other thing I had to do to become part of the culprits was I had to moon a cop. That's why I got arrested. So I'm riding in the back of this pickup truck in the middle of nowhere, Alabama. And there's a cop. We're just riding down the road, and there's a cop. I drop trowel and moon him. And they pulled into this little section. I don't know why, whatever. It's like a dead end, nothing but woods everywhere, and all you hear is just, everybody just fucking goes boom and darts off. Where the fuck am I going to run? Wearing a fucking, got no shirt on, fucking pacifier, fucking thing on my head, wearing a fucking diaper, really? Kind of obvious who it was. Anyway, everybody else darts off. You hear, or I heard, just people smacking trees because it's so damn dark out there in the middle of the woods. It's like, boom, and anyway, I'm putting handcuffs, I'm in the back. I didn't even put up a fight, fuck it, it's like, fuck it, I'll just get out of it. I can remember being in some sort of a chamber or whatnot, with some official, don't know who it was or whatever, after I got to the jail and whatnot. And, they're asking different questions, well, would you like to call your parents and this and that? Fuck no, are you crazy? Hell no. Look, my parents gave me one phone call, one. I ain't about to waste it on this. You nuts. So, it's like, look, I'll spend a weekend in jail, because don't they always seem to get you like on a Friday night? And then, unless you're O.J. Simpson, then the judge will show up on a Sunday. But whatever, black privilege. But the, I don't know, I guess you could say white privilege at that point too, because he ain't, but anyway, whatever. Some of y'all know what I just meant. But, the judge don't show up till Monday any damn way. And I'm like, hell no, I ain't calling my parents. Hell no, I'll do my time. I'll just wait. Whatever. I'll pay the fine. I don't give a shit. I ain't even gonna bother my uncle on this one. So anyway, I guess from the mayor's son knowing everyone around there, and then the rest of the culprits. Now we're all blasted. We're all fucked up. And I don't know who he knew or who they knew. It was really cool. Because next thing I know, I hear a noise and I turn around and look. In the whole back of the chamber, there's nothing but every single body who showed up for every single dorm room I had to knock on and take pictures and all of this shit with. So, was it staged? I don't know, but whatever. And the Some of the shit that we did in college, man, my God. Yeah, and the other thing is just, um, what was it? Oh, I wrote a bad check. I wrote several bad checks in college because, like I said, my parents wouldn't give me a damn dollar. I was starving. Um, and so it was a $5 check to Subway that ended up not being paid through the district attorney, which my family knew and all of this. But anyway, I went beyond the DA and there was a warrant out for my arrest. Didn't find this out till like, I don't know, 15 years later. And so for a $5 check, that turned into like, I don't know, damn near $500 I had to pay for that, but whatever. You know, I couldn't get insulin, I couldn't get food from my parents, it was just me. So, you know what? Adapt and overcome. I've hit rock bottom many times where, you know, I refused to go back home to ask for help or to ask for a dollar. You know, I was a Boy Scout, you know, trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Say it again. Trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Anyway, I spent 3 weeks living out my car down at the river. And yeah, I got that comedian dude in the back of my mind, you know, yelling out, "You'll be living down at the river," you know, in the back of a van. What was his name? He passed away. That was a shame. What was it? He was in Tommy Boy, Black Sheep. Chris Farley. That's it. Chris Farley. That dude was a trip. I used to love him. But no, I did that too. White privilege, what? You know, go live off the land. You know, you go to Walmart and you go buy some fishing line and some hooks and a little bit of bait, you know, or find your own bait, you know, whether it's worms or whatnot, and bait your hook and use the trees along the river. You don't have to sit there with one fishing line. I didn't have a rod and reel, none of that. I just cut the fishing line, tied it to a branch off the tree, and dropped the hook. You know, and I did that up and down the river and caught dinner. So, you know, I've been at rock bottom 3 times in my life. So the thing is that everyone hits rock bottom. It's the vow that you take to never return. But anyway, back on college, man. I don't know how these kids today ain't able to live. You know, back in college, we didn't know there was a term for it. We were just, you know, all young, dumb, and full of, you know, and we didn't know there was a term for it and all. We used to just get blasted out of our minds, and you know, you know, it was just several different girls. I say girls at the time. I mean, it was, you know, we were all just kids, really. And, you know, yell out, "Switch!" And, you know, you're having sex with one chick, and then you go to the other room and have sex with the other chick, and your roommates all bounce around between chicks. And, you know, it was, we were all just sluts, wasn't we? But, we didn't know there was such a term for that. You know, at that time, we were just wild. We didn't really care. And, you know, there is, you know, there was this one chick. I got sloppy seconds, but whatever. You know, she stayed in my dorm room with me for a while. You know, but she ended up sleeping with the whole damn dorm. And she finds a real winner. We used to call this dude was fucking whack, all right? We used to call him Knuts. This dude had samurai sword and all of this kind of crazy shit. Now, he was just, you know, some welder or something. I mean, you know, real, you know, fucking technical genius. We used to just call him Knuts because his name started with a K, and I don't even remember his last name. But he was fucking whacked out of his fucking mind. And, you know, and talking this and that, motherfucker had Vietnam flashbacks. Bitch, you ain't but 20 years old. Anyway, she ends up finding this winner. And suddenly she turns up pregnant. And at that point, I'm gone. I had already, something had happened. I forget whether it was financial, whatnot. I moved back home to well, I was on the North Shore at the time, but New Orleans surrounding areas. And I moved back home at the time, and ends up that this chick turns out, with the blonde hair and blue eyes. And nobody in her family or his family has blonde hair and blue eyes. And that's a dominant gene in my family. So that was, what, 1996. So, you know what, that was so long ago. I don't, tell you the truth, I really don't think I can have children. I've never been tested. But, I threw my dick out on a crap table many a nights. I've been here and there and everywhere. So, I've even had women ask me in my past, if I can have children, or I really don't know. I guess not. I don't know, is that related to diabetes? I have no clue, because I had the onset at, well, it was in, I'm not going to say that, but it was just before my 7th birthday. So really, I have no clue if that hindered my ability to have a child. I mean, I still have orgasm, but, whatever. But man, some of the stories, some of the shit that we did, it's like they had on the tennis team. There was some reward out for the tennis team. We were so fucked up. We busted into the tennis outfit by the tennis courts, and we took, the statute of limitations does apply, so nothing I say here can be held against me. So fuck y'all. The we ended up with so many damn tennis balls in the dorm room. And there was this big thing. Who anyone know the whereabouts of this or that? And it's like, I don't have a clue. And fucking tennis balls falling right out the damn dorm room. Oh Lord. Or it's a bust. And we got beer and pot in the dorm, and we're diving out the back window, people fucking flying through the woods and shit. Yeah, I'm clean. I haven't had any drugs in years. I don't do any of that. The only thing they got me for now is a little bit of beer, and that's only in the sun. I don't do any drugs unless prescribed, and most of those I don't even do. So, because I don't like the way it makes me feel. I feel like a damn space cadet. Anyway, so some of the shit that we got away with and did, it's like we had every damn sign in 4 towns, throughout the whole place. We had the biohazard sign over the toilet. We had stop signs everywhere. We had the we had the actual road signs all over the place. I don't know how, all that shit's illegal as hell. Somehow we managed to pass inspection when they came through, proctors come through to, and check out the dorm room. So, we all connected anyway. It's like, really? What you gonna do? Oh, man. Or, they redid the entire front with the sod and whatnot. And it was just a bunch of mud slop, really, because they put these sprinkler systems in. And it was a summer semester, and it was just at the dorms. A lot of people moved out, so it was just a few of us there. But it turned into a mud slop out there. So it was like, fuck it, we'll have our own damn slip and slide. I never had a slip and slide as a child, so we all out there on the way, half of us naked, having fun. It's like, who does that shit now? Everybody's got a camera. All kinds of shit happens. Or all kinds of shit did happen back in the day that, thank God it's not out there now, because shit, we'd have been convicted, all of that kind of shit. But man, I can remember doing 110 miles an hour down a little 2-lane highway, one way each way, and my roommate, the mayor's son. This dude's dad was a chiropractor for like 3 towns. And, whenever we couldn't make beer budget, fuck it. We'd just go rob the place and take the cash out the cash drawer every weekend. His dad knew what we were doing. It was no big secret. I'm sure he knows now. And of course, there are still stories being told. It's like, after the college days, I went back to around. I'm on the front page of the news in that town. We're in the middle of the Bible Belt. Okay, this is everybody a Southern Baptist. And I mean, it's just everything. God is good all the time. I guess y'all didn't read the Old Testament, but whatever. I'm Catholic. I'm not Baptist, but there are some distinctions. I went to University of Mobile for a little while and got a little indoctrination there, but it's like whatever. Anyway, I was born and raised Catholic. Look, that's what I'm gonna stay. I could care less what some of these priests do or did. I mean, look, if they did it, hang them. I think we should bring back public hangings. Let these little young punks out there know what it is, and see what that looks like. Make them think twice. Stupid. 18 years old, gonna ruin the rest of your life by putting 3 holes in some dude's head. Bubba and Leroy in prison loving you. Ooh, soft hands. Yeah, you big and bad till you get there. Look, I've met bad a couple times in my life. Don't want nothing to do with bad. Y'all, I'm done. Yeah, I've had my ass handed to me once or twice. Don't want nothing else to do with that. That ain't me. Yeah. No. College days, man, that was wild. Go there and steal money from his dad's office. Go get a bunch of cash. Go get wasted the rest of the weekend. I don't know how the hell I ended up with a degree either. Because everybody else would party along with me, and I'd stay up, and then everybody else would just crash, and then I would just stay up. I guess it was time management, really, because I would just stay up and stay awake, and then I would study, and I would then go to my first class. Of course, I'm still fucked up drunk. Half the time I'd end up going to class with a damn mudslide.